Hey there guys, this is Obsidian Chill, got another video for you today. And for most of you while you're watching this video, you're going to be waiting on the downtime for the new DLC Birds of Prey to launch on live server. So I thought I'd take this time to show you what you should expect when the server launches again, and kind of what you should know going into this DLC as well. So we'll kind of start off where the teleporter pad is. As per usual, you can always get there through the warp menu now. It's going to be B.O.P Metropolis. But if you're actually looking for the launch porter pad, it's going to be on the tech wing side of the watchtower, where basically just down from where Thanagar was, and it's going to be B.O.P Metropolis. So once we're here, you do have some options. If you haven't seen my previous videos, we now have an extra solo, LexCorp Tower. We have the 4-player raid, volcano mining facility, and then 2 raids, Fire and Brimstone and Clock Tower. In terms of the journal mission you want to accept, you'll get a journal entry right away to be able to accept for the new Augments, which I'll touch on in a moment in this video, but just be mindful that's the only journal mission you need to accept. In terms of now, we're just going to the actual vendors. So the Hunters will be the daily missions as well that you'll get. Black Canary will be that each time you go to every single day for the solo single mark. Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen have some missions, and they also attach the weekly mission, the Escaped Experiment. So that's the weekly mission. We've got our first vendor here, which will be the style set. Now, mind you, these style prices are reduced because I have the regular set, so we can kind of show you with those now. So the actual vendor set for this DLC. That's it there. Ignore the weapon. You can add any emblem you want. I just added the Daybreak emblem. That's why it shows on the back shoulder pad and the hammer mount. But that is what the style looks like for men. You've got the backwards cap there, obviously besides the face. You've got the kind of the bomber leather sweater jacket there. Hammer mount, that is the regular style. Now if you go over here to the ORLCL supply bot, this is where the purple raid drop style will be, which will be the hunter style. And on men, it looks like this. That's the waist style there with some arrows, back style. That is the enhanced hands. You can't really tell, it's just the glow on the arrows. And I also have the enhanced feet, which once again, you can't really tell, but you can kind of see a bit of glow there. So this will be the retribution set. And then there's enhanced retribution, which you'll get from the raid. So right now I just have hands and feet, and everything else is the regular style. So obviously minus the face, but you got the hoodie there, shoulder pads, waist, back, hands. That's what that style will be. And in terms of any other daily missions, you have Poison Ivy, and you have Harley Quinn. And then Intergang Force here, which will be, these are the catalysts for the Opie Legs, which I'll touch on in a moment, and then the Elite Vendor here, which is the Psycho Jester, which is the regular style, just in the enhanced version. Okay, so for the new OP item process, it's going to be the damaged androids leg plates of Omnipotence. The same style as we've had for the past few DLCs in terms of it being catalyst based. It's no longer collection based. This drops off the first boss in the alert. So it's not with the raid. It drops off the first boss of the volcano mining facility. So you want to make sure you definitely do that near the beginning so we can start getting catalysts. If not, get into that right away. And that is obviously drops off the Amazo boss because the style is based off Amazo. So basically once you do that first boss in the alert, you'll have this drop. And it levels up the exact same way as previous items. You're going to have 2 different cured catalysts you're going to get. So basically, in the same thing, the XP work the same way. So as you saw here, when you're doing the daily missions, you get absorption cells. And then here, the purple one obviously is going to be Clock Tower and Fire and Brimstone. And the blue one's going to be found in the solo and the alert. And then the other one, which is those catalysts you saw off the vendor previously, in terms of the same mark breakdown there. So that's exactly what you can expect. Same thing. So 6400 XP, 8000 XP, you need 20 absorption cells at least for the first rank. And then the 25 Mark 1 off the Birds of Prey catalyst. So they're available right away. So I can kind of show you there, just if you missed it from that previous screen. So if you go to intergang fence, right here. So 50, 125, and 200. Those are the catalysts that you'll need to be able to break through the Opie leg style. And while the stats aren't confirmed nor the CR is confirmed, it should be at, what's that, 382 in terms of CR? Because the OP neck was 262, the OP waist was 272, and then the OP legs should be 282, sorry, in terms of gear. So if it continues that pattern, they're going to be 282 legs, which makes sense because the elite legs are going to be at 267. So a good jump above that. And that also brings the OP neck out of relevance. For DPS at least. For support roles, you'd still wear the OP neck for the extra stats. But for DPS, the vendor neck is going to be better might and precision. Okay, so in terms of Maxi Air, obviously the vendor is going to be 265, which puts your Maxi Air probably about 305, because obviously I don't have OP belt here. And if you're wearing full elite gear, which would be 267, and then you have the OP waist, which would be 272, and if the legs are 282, that puts Max CR at about 308, as you can see here displayed on the screen. So almost 309 CR. But that's essentially what you're looking at. Should be for the Maxi Air. I'm not entirely sure if this is the updated CR calculator. The previous website that did have it is down. This is a version that I found. It should be up to date. I'm not sure how up to date. The formula changed. I think it's stats revamp. So it should be 308, 309 CR. Don't necessarily quote me on that, but that's what it should be in terms of using this math. Okay, so in terms of the feats for this DLC, we have the 4 style feats as per usual. We've got the regular sets here. And then once I scroll up here, we'll have the enhanced feats right here. In terms of the DLC feats, we have 12 1 stars, we have 22 2 stars, and we have 13 3 stars. The 13 3 stars also include the style feats there. So altogether, that is 13.2 skill points. So 13 skill points and 20 towards 14. And then there is 7 elite feats. Most of them are found in the clock tower, and there's 2 feats that are in the brimstone. So that's 5 elite feats for clock tower and 2 elite feats for brimstone. All the rest are normal event or normal and elite. There's some event ones and there's some normal or elite. So that's in terms of the skill points you're looking forward to for this DLC. Okay, so in terms of the catalyst, augments, and generator mods and R&D. So in terms of the R&D, we do now have the birds of prey added here, coal enhancer birds of prey, and the catalyst birds of prey, which leads us to personal dampening field. This one is about a 55k shield now, birds of prey. The bulldozer is sitting at 785 dominance, all natural, 3,926 health. Nitro is 1,570 might. Energy is 5,889 power. Flex is 981 precision. And the Nutri is 785 resto. And then everything else stayed the same in terms of all the other consumables. Exactly the same stacks. So in terms of the augments, same thing. We've got the ORLCL motherboard, superconductor, and the quantum processor. These are the catalysts that we're used to seeing in terms of the augments. So with the augments themselves, it has slightly changed. So now the first level that you unlock at rank 5 is going to be the first tier, which is going to be, for example, as precision, it's going to be 5% precision and weaponization rating and birds and prey. And then basically as you get there, so essentially you rank it up a bit faster. So then my next rank at 11, I'm not going to have anything, but my next rank after that, which 15 I believe is the next milestone rank after that, then I would get my 1 additional loot. And then once I'm at rank, we'll go to the other one here, 22, Current rank 22. This one will get you your 2 augments. Basically your 3rd rank bonus. So the way they did it with this DLC is that the augments, if you have the 3rd tier, that's both basically, if you have 2 augments at 3 tiers, at the 3rd tier, which would be 22, you basically, that covers you for the clock tower buffs. And then if you have the most rank at 25, or yeah, is it 25? Pretty sure it's 25. 23, no, 23, sorry. So if you have it at 23, then you get the bonuses for Fire and Brimstone. So at the rank 22, you're not going to have anything for Fire and Brimstone. At the next rank, you would. So the disadvantage of this DLC is heavily dependent on these augments. For example, it's not so much in regular, so basically everything I say for now is mainly geared towards elite players. Not elite players as in terms of good players, in terms of anyone wanting to run elite. So in Clock Tower First Boss, there are trap drones that come out. They will disable your power. So there's 4 of them that spawn in that first room. So just imagine you're at the first boss of Elite. There's 2 bosses. There's a bunch of arc drones that you can barely destroy. And then trap drones come out. If one of the healers gets spotted or one of the tanks gets spotted, it's very easy to lead to a group wipe, and those trap drones will move. So there's already a damage check because you have to kill the other drones on top of the trap drones and target the bosses that can revive each other if you don't do it correctly. So the trap drones are a big deal, and to have that ability to disable them is huge. And then gain immunity to damage over time effect from reprograms Exoblast. This is a constant dot similar to Shadow Gotham. So same concept. It's the final boss in regular and elite. There's a dot that's continually ticking that goes through shields. So this Exoblast goes through shields. The other damage they fixed it doesn't, but this dot will go through your shields like Shadow Gotham did. So that's why it's a lot of pressure, especially in elite. You got everything else going on. The last thing you need is a 30k dot ticking on everyone in the entire group. So this will make you gain immunity. So that's how overpowered this is. It's not just a reduction like Shadow Gotham was a 50% reduction. You gain complete immunity from damage over time effect. So it's like the dot doesn't exist. Hugely pay to win right now. And then Fire and Brimstone, 1 augment reduces the damage taken by lava pools. That is on the Brimstone boss itself. It's not as noticeable because if you're not standing in the lava, then you don't take damage. But there are times where you have to wait for Superman to use his freezing breath to open up a new spot to stand. So, especially for the tank, this will be really helpful. But for the group, it's not like a life or death like those clock tower ones. But I mean, for the tank, it's a huge difference. And then 2 augments is reduced damage taken from Alpha Lex Luthor's Source Ring. This is the white orbital attack. If you saw my video, his orbital is pretty much the only thing that can kill a tank. And it also pulls you in. The Alpha Source is the one that sucks you in, so you have to keep breaking out and moving. So that one gets a little bit tricky. So obviously, I'm not sure why it's 33%, but I'm sure that's just how it's scaled. But these are the augments you can expect. You do earn them a bit faster, but as you can see here, I'm still sitting at like 2.4 million XP on them in terms of to hit rank 23. So the augments are very, 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 very pay to win this DLC, which is obviously a shame. In terms of the bottom augments, the highest rank now is 267. Where's my one here? So 3 mil. So essentially, right now on live server, it's about 2.28 roughly million XP for 257, and now it is going to be closer to 3 mil. I think I was just over 3 mil, so it might be like 2.8 or 2.9. But that's essentially, you're looking at about 700,000 XP to go from 257 to the highest rank 267 now. So just be mindful that your origin augments will change the same way as your skill point trees. So these were 255, now they're 265. So that changes every single DLC. These go up by 10, and then your augments go up by 10. So that's just something that make sure you're mindful of on live server. Each of these goes up by 10 ranks, or they already did. Basically, you're 257 on live. So that's essentially what you're looking forward to for this DLC. Any questions, you can put them in the comment section. I can try to get to them before the DLC launches. But just to kind of give you like a brief preview. So we've covered what the new OP item looks like, the vendor items, Maxi Air, the skill points and feat changes, the catalyst changes, augments, and the generator mods. Actually, no, sorry, I didn't cover the generator mods. So before you go, here are the new generator mods. Dominance 37, 392, 1963 health, 785 might, 2,944 power, 490 prec, 392 restoration, 245 vit. So that's basically what you're looking at in terms of the new generator mods. And those drop off the weekly content. You can also get them from the daily missions sometimes. I was getting them pretty commonly in the solo as well. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching and enjoy this new DLC.